Hi, and welcome back, 8th graders. To get started, I kind of have some big points that I want to talk about in this summary and setup video. Uh, First of all, with this video on Google Classroom, I will be posting a calendar of all of your work and assignments that I'll have you be doing for the remainder of the year potentially, right? Hopefully we can come back to school before the school year ends, but if not, I have planned for 8 weeks of social studies work that will get you through the end of what we normally cover in class. Now, there are some projects that we normally would do in this part of the year, and there's some other lessons, but unfortunately, we probably won't be able to do those as long as we're doing virtual learning. But we will be able to do all of the big points that we would normally get, so you'll be ready to go into freshman history where you should be. Okay, so please take a look at that calendar I post along with this. On there, I have every day planned for the rest of the year if we get that far. Okay, so for example, April 17th, it says that you'll watch a 7.4 discussion video. That'll be one of these where I explain to you what you read the night before, just like in class. Okay, and then on April 20th, sorry, it says you'll be doing the guided reading form on Google Classroom and reading 7.5. So rather than collecting your notes like normal, that's not really possible, right? Over this virtual learning center that we have. So I'm going to have a few questions for each section that you read that make sure you're getting the big points, okay? That'll be posted on Google Classroom, and I want you to turn it in that way also, okay? You'll have to hit the submit button. You've all used Google Classroom before. And I'll get to if you have questions on that in just a little bit. I'm just kind of giving some examples of how things are going to work. I'm trying to keep this as similar as possible to what we did when we were in school. That way you don't have to learn a whole new system of teaching just because you're at home. Okay, so it'll be very similar. I'm going to have you read just like you did. Rather than doing notes, I'm going to have guided reading assignments. I'm going to explain things to you. That way you better understand it. Sometimes if I read something and I don't quite get it, but if somebody explains it to me, I do. So we'll keep doing all those normal things. The one thing that will change is our tests. Okay, we will not be able to take the normal tests that we do because it's not really possible in this format. Okay, without the worry of cheating and that kind of stuff. So your assessments for chapters will be a little different, and I will be sure to cover that as soon as we get to the first one. Okay, moving on into some big points that I have. 99% of the work that we accomplish in this class, as long as we're doing virtual learning, will be on Google Classroom. Okay, you are all part of it already. If you are not, the code for it is JECQTE3. Okay, and then you would enter that in after you hit the plus button on the top right hand corner of Google Classroom, but I'm pretty sure all of you are already in it, so you should not have to worry about that. But again, if you are not, please hit the plus button, enter that code one more time. It is JECQTE3. Okay, that'll be where all your work, the schedule, my videos, all the important stuff are posted. That way we can all be on the same page. Okay, moving on to some more points that I have. Again, every day is listed. So if it is May 19th, look at the May 19th day, find out what you have to do that day. It's very simple. I tried to keep it as easy for you as possible. Okay, some big points that I have. Third and fourth quarter will be pass-fail. Okay, now what that means is you might not necessarily receive your A, B, C, D, E, or sorry, not E, F grade. Okay, however, it will be entered into PowerSchool that way. Rather, you will pass-fail based on the amount of work that you accomplish and turn in. So please, do all your work. Turn it all in. You will all be fine. Okay? You don't have to worry about that as long as you do your work. If you don't do your work, then we start to get into some situations that might not benefit you. So please, do your work, okay? Starting on the 14th, which is tomorrow, Tuesday, okay? I'm making this video on Monday. Work is graded. It is not review like the work that we did before. Okay, this is actually graded. It's like normal class, except we're doing it online. Okay, so you need to do it and you need to turn it in. That is essential. Okay, all your work will be completed on Google Classroom. That's the easiest way for me to collect it from you. If you do not have an internet connection, It's probably hard to watch this video if you don't, but somehow let's say you do. Okay, contact Mr. Copeman or myself. We will get you set up with some hard copies that will be mailed out, or you can set up a time to pick them up from the high school. Okay, but either way, you need to turn your work in if you would like to move on to the next year, which everybody does. Okay, so please get your work in, whether it's on Google Classroom, which hopefully all of you have access to, or buy a hard copy, whether it's mail or up. But you just need to contact Mr. Copeman or myself if you need that done for you. Okay, but even one point that I can make is if you only have internet access on your phone, the great thing is you can download the Google Drive app or the Google Classroom app, and you can access all of your things on there. A lot of cell phone companies right now are making it so you can't run out of data during this time period, so you can use that cell phone to do your work if you have to. Okay. Another thing, and I would double check on that. Don't take my word for it. Double check with your parents or your guardians or your cell phone provider, whatever it may be. Okay, just double check into that first before you just go gung ho with it. As far as questions go, I understand that I'm going to try and make it as close to normal class as I can, but some questions may come up because it is a different situation. Okay, email me. I'm available most of the day between 8 and 3. I'll usually respond really, really fast. If you email me outside of that, I will still probably respond to you, but it might take a little bit longer given my life situation as well. Okay, so if you have a question, email me. If that's not getting it done for you, you just don't understand what's going on, email me, set up a time to use either Zoom or FaceTime. I have a MacBook, so I can do FaceTime if you have an iPhone. I can do the Zoom. I have the app on my phone now. I've recently learned how to do that. I can do Google Meet, any of those things. So if you really, really need one-on-one questioning, kind of face-to-face stuff, or you just need to talk, you need someone to talk to because of everything that's happening in your life, set a time up with me. I would be more than happy to help you out. Okay? Work on your calendar will have a due date attached to it. So for example, if you have an assignment that says it's due May 14th, let's say you have a guided reading that's due May 14th. Okay, it is due May 14th at 11:59 p.m. And the reason that I have that, and let's not say at 3 p.m. or something, is because if you have siblings in your house or you have other people working on computers in your house, you may not have access during a certain time of the day because other people are using it. So I'm giving you as much time as physically possible to turn something in. Okay, that being said, if you still don't have enough time, if someone gets sick, if you have problems, you don't understand, and you can't get it in on time, you need to talk to me. Send me an email. Ask to Zoom with whatever. Okay? If you don't tell me that you need more time, I'm just going to assume that you didn't do it. Okay? So if you need more time, I'm going to be really flexible with you guys because this is a difficult time for teachers, for students, for everybody. Okay? So if you do need extra time, talk to me. Okay, that's the only thing we can do to make sure that things get done on time. Communicate. Okay. Again, if you need more time, talk to me. All assignments. So every day, the work I give you should take between 20 and 25 minutes. I'm not going to give you an hour and a half worth of work because I know you have other classes to work with, and I know you have things to do at home. Okay, so I'm going to give you 20 to 25 minutes worth of work a day is it. So please find some time to do that. If you can't, again, talk to me. We'll work something out, okay? But if you don't talk to me and you just don't do anything, it makes my job really hard, okay? So please talk to me if you have issues, but 20 to 25 minutes per class should not be super difficult. But if it is, please contact me, okay? That's the only way we can fix things. Assessments for chapters. We will not be able to take normal tests, like I said earlier. It'll be more to make sure you're learning the big points of what I want you to learn during this, okay? Normally in class, you've all taken my tests. I might give you some small details that I think are really important that I want to test you on. Well, because we only get to spend 20 to 25 minutes together a day, it's probably not possible to get into those little points as much as I would like. So I'm going to test you more on, or assess you more, I should say, on the big points, okay? And how we're going to organize that is more of a writing fashion, and by writing, obviously typing, okay? But we'll explain that more when we get that far. It's not something that you have to stress about right now, okay? And again, if you need modifications, I'm Mr. Stensrud, I don't get it, talk to me, okay? We'll work it out. I'm going to be super flexible, but you need to talk to me, okay? Google Classroom, super important. Check your email and your Google Classrooms every day for not only my class, but for all classes. That's how we're able to communicate during these times, okay? I don't get that 45 minutes a day that I get to see you all anymore, okay? So this is how I'm going to check in on you. This is how I'm going to teach you, all that good stuff. So again, super important to stay on top of the technology side. If you do not have access to internet, like I said earlier, make sure you contact Mr. Copeman or myself, and we'll get you set up. Okay, so nobody will get left behind, but you do need to communicate. As far as assessments go, one final thing I want to touch on. It's going to be super tempting, since you are now all hopefully on computers, to maybe copy and paste from those websites that we've all talked about before, like Wikipedia, etc. When you're taking assessments, don't do that. Okay, I've been doing this for long enough that I'm pretty good at finding out when an 8th grader doesn't write like an 8th grader. Okay, so I don't do that. Don't cause any problems. Use your own words. Use your own thoughts. Like I said, I'll be super flexible. All I want to make sure in this difficult time is that you are learning the big things. Okay, I need you to be ready to be a freshman in high school, and that's what I'm trying to do. Okay, so don't feel that need to copy and paste. Use your own words, your own thoughts, and we will work through it together. Okay. As far as big points, that is all listed in the calendar that I'm going to give with this video also. As you'll see, so April 14th, which will be the first day of class after spring break, it says that you have the class introduction and setup video, which is this video, okay, and then to look over the calendar. If you do those things, you are done with your work for today. Okay, that's about 20 minutes worth of stuff. Starting on the 15th, I'm going to start posting discussion videos. So for the 15th, you need to read 7.3, and then I will post a discussion video. On the 16th, I will have one of those guided reading forms up to make sure you're getting the big points. You turn that in by 11:59 on the 16th, boom, you're already through 2 days. Okay, and that's how most of this class is going to work. I'm going to try and keep it as close to how we do it in class as possible. That way you do not have to learn a whole new system for the last quarter of your 8th grade year. Okay, I want to keep it as normal as possible, as normal as possible for you. The Quizlet sets and stuff, you all started to use more in class, which is great. Okay, as far as review for assessments and stuff, that's what I'm going to do because they work really good. Okay, some of you have taken advantage. Actually, a lot of you have. I've noticed that you've logged in off of or outside of class. So that's what I'm going to ask you to do for those review days, and that's all on the calendar. Okay, and again, when I post my video on those days, I'll give you step-by-step instructions on what I want you to do to make sure that you understand. That's pretty much what I have for a setup for this class. If you have questions, if I missed anything that you are super curious about, or just you still don't know, or you just need to talk, please contact me. Email, we'll set up a Zoom if we have to, or a Google Meet or a FaceTime, whatever we need to do. Okay, I'm here to help you guys, and we'll get through this together, okay? I hope to see you before the end of the year again. As you've noticed, my hair's gotten pretty long. I need a haircut, so hopefully we get back to school so I can get my haircut. Otherwise, I might be getting one that I don't want. So if you have any questions, again, please contact me. I hope you all stay healthy and have a good rest of your day. Bye.